You are an art student for the University of X, and you're writing an essay on the immigrant experience and what it's like to be a person of color. Your parents are immigrants from Vietnam, but you were born in Canada. You want to understand your parents more, so your brother, who is an art history professor, recommends the exhibition called The North American Dream to visit for ideas. You finally get to the Vancouver Art Gallery and purchase your ticket at the booth. The employee points to the exhibition that you want to see, and you make your way there. When you first enter, you are greeted with Ken Lam's mirror named House of Realization. You notice there is reverse text on the white wall facing the mirror. The first paragraph you cannot read, but it looks familiar. You realize that it's in Turkish. Shoot, you left your phone in the car, and now you can't use your translation app. You decide it's fine because you can just look it up later, and you continue to read the text below. Thankfully, it's in English. It reads something spiritual. It feels ominous. You are puzzled. What could this possibly mean? There is someone beside you also observing the piece. They were there before you entered the room, but then they disappear. Where did they go? You follow them into a room that you didn't notice was there. There's more people inside the dark room. Everyone stares at you for a moment, and your cheeks turn red. It's a two-way mirror. Have they been observing you this whole time? Many people in the room leave to see the rest of the exhibition. You are left with the person that was with you in the other room. A group of students enter the mirror room, and you and the person observe them as they make eye contact with you without their knowledge. The person turns to you and says, "I guess this is what it's like to finally feel like you belong, to be on the other side." You ask them what they mean by that, and they respond, to be included, and not to feel othered. It's the worst kind of microaggression. You ask them if they can read the text, and they said, "Yes, my father speaks Turkish." You think to yourself that you still feel like you don't belong because you don't understand Turkish. This makes you feel sad. They leave before you, and you enter the next room to see the rest of the exhibition. You never see them again. The next work is by Lu Vu. They are Vietnamese artists. It's a painting. You look at the plaque and it's called "Run, Don't Walk to This Hidden Gem." Okay, interesting. You can't read or speak Vietnamese because your parents never taught you. So now you wish that they did. So you could read the Vietnamese on the painting. Coffee. Okay, well, you do know that Vietnam was colonized by the French, so maybe that's what it means. And a person taking a picture of the coffee could mean the gentrification of Vietnamese foods. Beside the painting is another work by Ken Lam. It's a sign that would be from a strip mall that your parents would have taken you to as a child. You assume that's why the coffee painting is there. This makes you feel sad. Maybe you should call your mom to ask her how she makes her coffee, and to say that you love her. You move to the next work, and it's by a South Korean and Canadian artist. Jin Mi-yoon is the name that reads on the plaque. The name of this piece is Souvenirs of the Self. They are pictures of her in front of Canadian landmarks. In each photo, she stands standoffishly wearing the same outfit. You recognize some of the locations because your dad made you pose in front of them. She kinda poses the way you used to pose. This makes you wonder, why did Dad make you pose in front of these places? Was he trying to show our relatives back home that his kids are so Canadian? You don't feel Canadian sometimes when people ask you, "Where are you really from?" So annoying. The next piece is called Our Town from the American artist Carrie James Marshall. It's a painting, and it's breathtaking. The African American children's skin is so dark compared to the rest of the painting. You think to yourself, this is probably what it's like to be othered as a black person. The girl looks like she's dreaming of a house. I used to have the same dream, but BC houses are getting too expensive. I hope she doesn't give up on her dream, even though the American dream that was told to me as a child turned out to be a lie. You think about your friend Sam, who gets pulled over often by the police. Sam is a medical student who wants to become a pediatrician, yet he is still being questioned. This makes you feel sad. The final work is by Kent Monkman, a Cree First Nations artist. It's a big painting, and it makes you feel a little uneasy. As a child, you loved Canada. Your parents always told you how grateful you should be that you're in Canada. where there are more opportunities. You see children being taken away from their mothers by the RCMP. The plaque reads, "To scream." You think of Vietnam and how the French tried to convert people into Catholicism. Your grandma's very Catholic and loves Canada. Your parents love Canada. Do you love Canada? This makes you sad, and you start to cry and sit at the bench in front of the painting. Maybe I should call my mom when I get home.